Fyfe breaks through. Speaking of all-time greats, how good is he?
If you're David Mundy, you can do anything. Brayshaw. Oh, he goose-stepped beautifully. And a couple. Herky-jerky, shake and bake. Magnificent.
Episode 18 of the Flagmantle podcast. You are back with Rielke and Stuart after a bit of a disappointing loss against the Lions. I'm going to do the recap before the intro even ends. We lost this game by 48 points at the Gabba. Good first quarter, played a handball game, and we lost to the better team, and no one really stood out for the Lions, so I'm not too upset, but things looked okay. Recap, done.
Will Ashcroft got the
Done.
thingy. Done.
Done.
Don't have to talk about it.
Done. That game is in the rearview mirror. It's marked down as a loss. Expected result, really, 48 points by the Lions. I thought we played a little bit better than that, but
Here at the Flagmantle podcast, we put everything in the past.
Yeah.
That is how we do it here at the Flagmantle Guild.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have no history, so we just have to make history of losing. So, look, moving on to this week's game, we are playing
None other.
the mighty
Hawks.
Play the Sting.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Go ahead.
You're right. Mate, I got it.
Great build-up. Ace searching. It's been a long time coming, that one. What a turnaround. Fremantle had a shot at goal to make it 30 points. It's now back to 19. Sarong feeds it wide to O'Driscoll. Puts the hammer down. Has a bounce.
That's all right. It's the Flagmantle versus. And before we actually get into Flagmantle versus, today, big news, mate. AFL clubs. There's a 19th team.
Yeah, and a new CEO.
Congratulations, and a new CEO. So congratulations to Tasmania. They've finally got their license for their first ever team, and it's taken decades, I swear.
I think it'll be 2025, 2026.
2027, actually, sorry.
2027?
2027, they're
Is
meant
that
to
their
come
scheduled?
Actually, 2026, they're coming in. Sorry, you're right. But the stadium,
First game.
the stadium won't be finished until 2027, 2028.
So they're just going to play on
They're gonna
crap
play
grounds for a year
They're
or
going to play
two.
at Hobart for a year.
That's a bit
Crap Ground
upsetting.
And Launceston. So they're going to bounce them between those two.
Well,
Which
that's
is a bit
not-
upsetting. So
That's not too bad.
get on to that. Get every FIFO, get every construction worker, get them down. Get them down to Tassie. Boot that stadium up. We can be bloody good to go.
We should go over there.
Yes.
Surely, everyone who
roadies.
helps build the stadium gets a free
Lifetime.
membership to the Tasmanian team. That'd be sick.
I'm moving to Tasmania.
sick.
I'm sorry.
I
I
would
don't
do
care
that.
if there's like nothing to do there and all you do is fuck sheep. But that's what happens. am I right?
And your own cousins.
Sorry.
Andrew Dillon announces new CEO. I know this is not Flagmantle versus, but news. Hello, news.
You're gonna get into it.
Andrew Dillon is now AFL CEO. What's the one thing you want him to change about football?
Mate, it's Andrew Dillon. He's been in an AFL house for like the past 20 years.
They spent $1 million on the selection panel to find the new guy, and it was
Really?
literally just down the corridor.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
Hey, we're going to spend
Yeah.
so much money on finding someone outside. Oh, wait. Hey, Andrew,
No.
how you going?
Andrew will do. Yeah.
Andrew. Good
I
to
think
see
the
Andrew.
number one thing that we should add, Thursday night football every round.
Thank you, Andrew.
I love Thursday night footy.
If he's going to start off his career right, he needs to bring back Thursday night footy locked in for the whole
Permanently,
year.
yeah.
Every day, every Thursday, every week, every month.
It's just
of the
another
year.
primetime fixture we won't get. So,
it
Flagmantle versus. We are versing the Hawthorn Hawks, and I do kind of want to dive into the game a little bit because I think this game is going to be a bit closer than we think. Hawthorn are a bottom of the barrel team, but they're not horrible. They're not like we're going to beat them by 100 points horrible. That's West Coast bad. They're not West Coast bad.
Okay, advertise this game for the Fremantle faithful, why you should get down to this Hawks game and why it will be a good game, okay?
Okay. Well, Freo fans, we might finally win a game this year. Yeah, look, so Hawthorn
Nice.
aren't a great team, so that gives us a good chance at maybe winning a game. We've got a new style of football. We're playing the handball game a bit more. It could be a bit more exciting. It kind of worked in the first quarter against the Lions, but we didn't really execute properly. So, yeah, look, I think this will be a good game to get down to with your family.
Saturday as well. isn't
Saturday,
it?
good time
night.
slot.
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
So yeah, it's going to be a nice cruisy one. Krizzy.
Yeah, so...
If Freo win. And Nat Fyfe could be making a return, but that's for later in the episode, so stick around, please. Am I right?
Yeah, that's for later in the episode. But
Later. But
look,
for now, medical room.
No. Flagmantle versus continues. I have a quote that I think will help the squad this week. So I was watching Suits the other night, this Netflix show that I'm getting into about lawyers and stuff. And the main character, Harvey Spectre, he came on the screen and he said, you've got to play the man, not the game. Because he was debating someone that, would break the rules often and he had to play the man. So...
And just because of that, Fremantle became good.
No, I think Fremantle should take inspiration from Harvey Spectre from Suits, and we should play the man against Collingwood. Forget about our game. Let's just get a win. Let's get a win in the bag.
Let's get that dub.
We're the bigger team. We're the more... I don't know if we are the more experienced team. I think we're slightly more experienced.
Actually, last round, we were actually the most inexperienced side. So we only had about 70 games average for the players that played. So... We were the least experienced side, and we went up against one of the most experienced with Brisbane. So
I think we should
use that as a scapegoat if you really want. But
no, that's not what we're doing here. We are saying to the boys, play the man. Hawthorn are young, they're inexperienced, they're slow. They're clearly not a competitive football side.
No midfield.
You need to come out and really make a statement in this game. You need to jump on every loose ball, every hip and shoulder hit, every tackle needs to be bone crunching.
The quickest way to lose a fan base is to turn up to the home game after a few disappointing losses and to give no effort at all. After the fans have been asking for it, this is the year, so much expectation. If you turn up to that Hawks game as a Fremantle player and you don't put a single bit of effort or like the most amount of effort you could possibly can, I honestly think you should lose your job and get out of Fremantle because that's
a bit harsh.
I don't know. I'm just sorry, but it's not harsh at all. Like I'm only been a fan for 6 years and I can tell it's been painful. I can't imagine what it's been for longer. And I can argue a lot of the fans will be like, we're fed up with this shit. We need all of this effort from all the Fremantle playing group. If you want to get your season back on track or, back in the right direction, winning against the Hawks at home, they're a bottom four side.
It's a must.
They're trying to go for Harley Reid. They're trying to bottom out for Harley Reid. If we lose this game, this club is in shambles. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. If we lose, this is not optional. We can't lose this game.
This is there's no way, a nice way of putting it. We're in shambles, and I honestly would call for a review. This is how serious it will be, in my opinion. If we lose like 3 games in a row against easy competition, or excluding Brisbane. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with this club, honestly. No. I think we'll change our name from We Are Flagmantle to We Were Flagmantle. That was the one that was raised up during the week. All those lovely
We
comments.
Were Flagmantle. Yep.
Absolutely.
We are Crapmantle. We are Flogmantle. We are Flopmantle. We've heard them all, but we are still Flagmantle. We are here for the ride. Rielke, medical room. What's happening?
Medical room?
Who's hurt? That's not a real ambulance, by the way.
That is not indeed. Okay, so apparently Heath Chapman, he's out for 6 to 7 weeks now, so he's a pretty damaged up player. He's not okay. I think personally we should just scrap his season.
That was a different injury, wasn't it? This is a new injury?
This is a calf or something.
Yeah,
or something
he was rehabilitating his hammy and he did his calf?
Yeah, but it's like a serious calf.
Yeah.
Like I think it needs surgery or something. That's why it's serious. That's why it's 6 to 7 weeks. So it's a big one. I'm pretty sure it's the one similar to what Liam Ryan's going through at this point in time. But not good news for Heath Chapman. He's out. So unfortunate for Heath. I think we should put his season on ice and chuck him in next year and make sure he gets his fitness level right. And if he does decide to come back, just chuck him at Waffle. He needs to put on a few extra kilos so he doesn't, break down so easily. Nat Fyfe.
Tell me about Fyfe.
Mate, he apparently is back in, and you are a massive advocate, as well as me, for chucking him in the midfield.
He needs to be back
where
in the
he
midfield.
belongs, where he's won 2 Brownlows.
The king needs to go back. Let me stand up for this.
Yeah, okay.
Let me stand up for this.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, give me some sort of ranting music.
Okay.
Come on. Okay. No, I can't do it to the song. Do you have anything more angry? Angry.
I don't think there is actually.
What do we do for Rielke's rant? Can I do a Rielke's rant?
Yeah.
Do
if
it
you
now.
want.
Press it.
Okay.
This week, a hot new bombshell.
This is what we
enters the
normally use for the
villa.
first episode, by the way.
It's
Yeah.
Rielke with a rant.
Okay, but it's me with a rant.
Okay.
Fremantle, Nat Fyfe,
Damn, the death.
midfield. Midfield now. He needs to be in the midfield this weekend against the Hawks. None of this forward crap. None of that. Our forward line's, it's going to be okay. If the midfield wins, it's going to be fine.
Say it, don't spray it, sister.
Oh, I'm saying it and spraying it. I'm doing both. I'm multitasking at the moment. Nat Fyfe, we need him back in the midfield. Whoever thought it was a good idea to play him exclusively as a forward, well, that was Peter Bell.
Peter Bell. Sorry.
And JL. Yeah, look, nothing against you lads, but you seem to not have the football club in your best interest by the looks of things.
And that's where we
Bit of a shot there.
head into match committee.
Match committee.
Oh, I love this song. Love it indeed.
Right. Now, JL did prank us a bit last week. You know, we did get it wrong. He did send in us a different team sheet to what the real team sheet was. But we can confirm JL is telling the truth this week. How many changes are we making this week, Real Car?
Mate, let's have a look at this team sheet because there's...
I think it's going to be 2 changes this week because Matt Johnson went out with a suspension.
So, yeah,
I think the man to
there's
come
could be a
in.
potential line for the debut, I think, actually. So,
Debut?
A debut. Debutant.
For Hoomst. I was thinking Neil Erasmus
I'm
in the
thinking
midfield.
Karl Worner.
Ah.
Chuck bloody Karl Worner has been bloody great for the past 4 weeks. He racked up 33 disposals, and he's been a pretty good little asset for Peel Thunder down there. So he's doing a good job down at Peel Thunder.
So he's coming in to play half back.
I think you could potentially chuck James Aish on the wing. So that means old mate can go down to half back, or they can do a bit of a mix. So I think he's good. He's ready for AFL.
Karl Worner in.
Karl Worner's in.
And the second one in is going to be the King,
The King.
Nat Fyfe.
Nat Fyfe for one
I
of
think
the...
it's Sam Sturt. He
either
got subbed
Sam
out in the
Sturt-
weekend. I don't care what Freo say about him, what the fans are
It's either
saying.
Sam Sturt or Bailey
He's-
Banfield.
He's
They did
no,
really-
I think Banfield's been better. I think Banfield has more runs on the board. Banfield is
He's had his,
more consistent.
He's had his few weeks. He's had a few weeks to do it.
Sam Sturt's had a few weeks to put some numbers on the board, and he really kind of hasn't. He got subbed out last week. I think if Nat Fyfe comes back, it's going to be for Sturdy. So, yeah, I think... Well, I don't think JL has told us. Fyfe and Warner in for Sturt and Johnson.
Okay, so you're JL
Mm.
and I'm Karl Worner.
Mm.
You want to do that?
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go. So
Carl, welcome to my office. Congratulations, mate. You're going to be playing your first game against Hawthorn on Saturday.
no bloody way. I've been bloody, rooting for this opportunity. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we only did it for one reason, though.
What?
You're actually, like,
So
best...
you're saying I'm not good?
No, you're a great footballer, but, like, you're also best mates with Nick Dacos, and we kind of want Nick Dacos on our team.
But
so we're gonna
I got
play.
the blue hair, blue eyes, blonde hair. This has gone to shits. I'm sorry.
That wasn't very good. But they are best friends, Karl Worner and Nick Dacos.
Yeah. So
cheeky little trade rumor there. Nick Dacos to Fremantle. It's happening.
Karl Worner out of
No,
Perth.
no. Karl Worner stays. Nick
Karl-
Dacos follows him to Perth.
No.
Nick
We do a
Dacos for
trade.
Freo?
Do a
Oh.
cheeky trade.
Oh, what?
Send
Why
them
are
off.
we?
They can say hi to each other on the plane as
Oh,
they fly
as they go by each other. That'd be so mean. Could you imagine? That's like Liam Ryan and Cozzy Pickett
It's like the
getting traded
Isaac
for each other.
Heaney meme with them looking out the window.
Yeah.
And GW. Did you see GWS
yeah,
media
yeah,
team?
that was quite good.
Kudos to GWS. They did an amazing job. Yeah. Well. Yeah. That's
Mm.
match committee. So you think so. Sam Sturt out.
Yep.
Nat
Yep.
Fyfe in.
Uh-huh.
Karl Worner in.
Uh-huh.
Matt Johnson out.
And
Two-
Erasmus stays as the sub.
and Erasmus as a sub. Or do you think Erasmus deserves a opportunity and potentially maybe Banfield gets out? And Banfield goes to sub. That's what I'm thinking. Banfield sub.
Nah, because I think you're playing with two.
Come
you know,
on.
not enough
come on.
forwards
I
at
think
that point.
I love how
No,
you
no,
defend-
stop it.
No.
Stop it. Stop it.
Okay, so he's been muted. No, go right. I've turned it on. Just go back. Stop complaining.
Turn it on.
No, it's on.
Is that mine?
It's on. Yes, it is
Okay.
you. Jesus.
can't just turn me off.
Oh.
No.
No.
I'm willing to defend this opinion.
Just because you sucked him off as his tennis coach. Or
No,
whatever.
It's not the Banfield thing. It's we're already the youngest team in the league. Why are we trying to get younger? Why do the fans want us to play more kids? We're already playing all of them, and we're losing every week. Why do you want more? It doesn't make sense. We've got to start winning, building a winning culture. Just be competitive. I'd rather lose to Brisbane by 48 than 100. And, I'd much rather lose to Brisbane by 48
you've
with some
lost me,
dignity.
mate. I'm always with you, but that time, I'm sorry.
How? Well, if we just played all of our kids against the Lions.
We'd get bent over.
Exactly.
We've done it West
That's
Coast.
why I'm saying don't do that. I'm saying just hold, build them, let them play AFL once they're ready.
It's time for locked in.
We did have we had this discussion before, mate. We had it before.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, you can do walked in. I need to cool down a little bit.
It does. Have a sip of water. Well, guys, since it's now the Rielke All By Himself podcast, what we're going to be doing here, we're actually going to be looking at, what the tips are for the weekend. So, it actually sounds like Smooth FM radio, by the way. So it's a classic hits, isn't it, right?
Yeah, classic hits.
Classic hits. And a second. So that's actually a beautiful rendition piece from the London Symphony Orchestra. That's the third.
They played this on my 14th birthday,
I will never forget it.
and I slow danced with
Betty.
Betty.
Betty's such an old name. Betty's such an old person name, isn't it?
Betty, and we went to the diner after me and Betty.
Brumilda.
Brumilda?
Brumilda.
Brumilda. Okay, tips.
What the fuck
Tipping?
is going on?
Are we doing tipping?
Yeah, we are doing tipping.
Tipping. Okay. I had a shocking week in tipping. I don't actually want to look at my competitions. I think I'm getting
Actually,
smashed.
I think I must have dipped. Can you have a look at me where I'm at?
I'm not even looking at me.
Okay, you go.
I tipped the Crows and they lost by a point and I'm mad. But we are starting
They
with
choked that one, by the way.
They did. Friday night at Marvel Stadium. It's going to be the Blues and the Lions. I've got the Lions by 13 points. I think they're going to be too good for the Blues. I still think the Blues are a little bit overrated. They haven't really had a good win yet. And so I think the Lions are just going to be a bit better than them.
Could this be like the Brisbane and Carlton game last year, remember? At Marvel? Same spot, same
Don't
similar
remember
time.
it, no.
Zach Bailey, kicked, I think, 4 or 5.
Million
dominated
goals?
Carlton. Yeah, dominated Carlton. I think it was like 6 points Brisbane won, and Carlton fans were crying. But, it could be similar. I'm actually going Brisbane. They're on a roll at
me
the
too.
moment. Brisbane are going to, quash Carlton's hopes and dreams after that, West Coast performance.
King Charlie kicked 9.
Yeah, he actually did really well. But you could argue it's a very close one. I'm going Brisbane by 1 point.
Oof. Next up, we've got Tigers and Eagles, bottom of the barrel game. This one, MCG. I've got the
If
Tigers.
Richmond get it right, they should be dominating West Coast.
They've only got one win this year. Sneakily bat the Tigers.
Yeah, they've gone under the radar, haven't they? Caroline Wilson from 9 News and 9.
Oh yeah,
Caro was talking about how it's time for him to get out. Remember, Damien, it's time to get it.
Damien.
Damo.
Oh yes.
Damien Hardwick.
Hardwick.
Yeah. Damo. Time to get him out, isn't it?
You think?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe this year or next year.
He's a 3-time premiership coach. Those don't come around too often. Next game.
Fremantle, I'm looking at you. Get
Mm.
Damien Hardwick over. I've actually got a big one. Sorry.
Okay.
Starting right now, I'm clocking the time. It's 19 minutes. Fremantle. This is a big one. It's sitting down, okay? Fremantle. You would be an idiot to not look at this. Nathan Buckley. Nathan Buckley to Fremantle. Guess what happened in 2018? Yes, Eagles won. But Nathan Buckley coached them with, guess, JL. JL as an assistant to the granny. They were very close if it wasn't for those wet toast Eagles. But I'm saying Nathan Buckley's still open, and I think JL has got no hard edge that Nathan Buckley has. I think Nathan Buckley would be a wise acquisition for Fremantle if they wanted to not be rude to JL. JL's done a pretty decent job to start his career as a coach. I think you say, hey, JL, I don't think you have the balls yet. I think you need. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you need to
You
be.
know his like nephew or kid listens to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know his name.
One of his relatives
it's,
listens to us.
I think. I don't know who it
We've
is.
got a few relatives of Freo people listening to us.
So I can't be saying that, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
if they say he has no balls, get Nathan Buckley in.
Nathan
and put him
Buckley's
as JL.
He's a proven winner. And I think that's something JL hasn't done quite yet.
Is it up there? I pretty much butchered it. You should have gone off that.
Yeah, look, JL is still a coach, so I'm not going to speculate on any other coaches, but Nathan Buckley would be a great coach.
Yeah.
But we have JL. Continuing with the tips, mate.
Sorry.
Cats or crows? Crows were good, but they got snubbed right at the last second by the Pies. I've got the Cats winning this one at GMHBA. Rielke?
I have the Cats as well,
Cats?
mate. Easy.
Suns and Demons at Heritage Bank Stadium.
Heritage Bank.
Yes, Metricon.
Sorry, I'm at the back. I'm looking at the footy tips.
Oh, okay. I've got the Demons. This one, pretty easy
It's the
game.
Demons, mate.
Yep.
They should win.
Giants and Dogs at Manuka.
Dogs.
Yep, me too.
GWS though, watch out.
Yeah, sneaky good team beat the Swans. We'll skip our game and go straight
Anyone
to
can beat the Swans at the moment.
Sunday. Yeah, don't we have them soon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big percentage, pista.
Mm.
We're going to talk about Freo and Hawks in a second.
Port and Bombers.
Should be actually.
I tipped the
a
Bombers to
relatively good game. This one.
I'm gonna go with Port, but because
only
I
going
tipped
Port 'cause of
Essendon
home.
last week
I'm
and
gonna
they
go
let
by
me
Port.
down.
Port because they're home.
Yeah, Port have been good. Pies and Swans.
Collingwood should win this one.
Yeah, me too. And North and Saints.
Saints should bounce back.
Yeah, me too. And finally,
The
Dockers
The Dockers.
and the Hawks.
My heart
Hmm.
says Freo. My mind says Freo as well. So I'm going Freo.
Yeah,
On
I
paper,
agree.
on paper, we need to win this one. So,
Well,
but it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be 15 points, Fremantle.
yeah,
It's not going to be pretty. The Hawks are going to challenge.
it's going to be a pretty ugly game. This one, I think the
hope
Hawks.
it gets
The Hawks are going to look good. I think we're going to make the Hawks look quite good. But I think we're just going to get it done.
This is one the Fremantle players need
22
to grind
points.
it out.
Yes. Who's going to be our best on ground real car?
Caleb Sarong gets it done in front of the crowd. He's been our best player all year. So Caleb Sarong, I think, is just going to turn on the switch again. 30 plus disposals, goal, you name it. He's going to be our 3-vote player and gets us over the line.
I think this is the type of game where Michael Walters takes advantage of an inexperienced backline and kicks maybe 3, 4, or 5 goals and really puts the Dockers on top. He's my best on ground prediction. Opposition watch. Who are you watching from the other side?
Oh, mate, I actually am very, very bullish on this one player that's been pretty under the radar. For
So under the radar, you forgot his name.
yeah, very stop. Why you have to do me like that?
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you go first.
Yeah. So my opposition best on will be Will Day.
Of course, he's been in the midfield room.
Yeah, he's
Simon,
in
very
the
nice.
engine room. He's proven to be quite a dangerous player. And he's that type of player
I
for
forgot his name. I'm sorry.
well equipped to deal with. What position does he play?
He's a forward and is Dylan Moore.
Dylan Moore. Yes.
Yeah,
good
watch
player.
out. Watch out for him. He's
Yep.
going to turn it on. I
Mhm.
think it's going to be very cheeky. Michael Walters, Dylan Moore sort of battle, small forward battle. I think if you watch out, Dylan Moore will take advantage of our defenders if we are too busy going after one player. We know what happens if we go after one player.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't do that. Hopefully Hawks do that.
Absolutely.
For Jager. Do you have any big calls for this game? Any sort of interesting calls?
Big calls. Hawks to be in front for, I think, most of the game, actually. I think Fremantle will have to claw their way back because we have very bad starts. So I think we're going to have to claw our way back in front of the Fremantle crowd. And I think Hawks will be in front all the way up until halfway through the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Which I don't want it to be. Please don't.
My prediction, my little bit out there prediction is Hawthorn's banner won't break. They'll try and run through it and it won't break.
Love that one.
And then that will sort of set them off for the rest of the game and they won't be right. But yeah, look, this is going to be a bit of a tougher game for the boys. Hopefully they can get it over the line. It's going to be a team effort that we need to. Do you think we're going to see more of this handball game? We had a lot of handballs.
I think we're going to see it, but I think they've been told, yes, way too many handballs. It's good. It's an improvement. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, pretty much.
Yeah.
So if we can get that handball right and not handball too much and not.
I think they've
fumble with it.
overcompensated.
I think they've overcomplicated it
Yeah.
as well. With that, I think Fremantle just need to calm it down. Handball, if you see an opportunity, take it to advantage. Don't be scared. Don't handball it through all your players because that just jumbles it up. And all it takes is one pressure-hungry forward to Charlie Cameron did the same. All we were doing was handballing it to the next player, and then you've got Hawks players like, oh, damn, it's a handball frenzy. All I got to do is just go and tackle these players and give pressure, and they'll fumble it over, which they did.
That's what the Lions did.
So if Fremantle can understand that fine line between handballing and kicking it forward to advantage, we should be able to get this win.
Should we do the Q&A?
Q&A, mate.
Mate, you sent the bloody questions in, so we're going to bloody answer them. That's how it works here. You're listening to Q&A here on Flagmantle Podcast.
Yeah, mate. It's Stewie taken away from the top.
7 questions, mate. Matthew Batika. How many touches do you think Mundy will rack up in the Dunsborough SWFL game against Eden?
He's going to break the stat sheet.
How many touches can you have?
Before it's like a mercy rule.
How many are there to be had? And that's how many Mundy will have.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Eh? Declan Michael, Decky, mate. Good to see you, mate. Erasmus should be playing. Thoughts? Absolutely.
Probably, now that Johnson's out.
Yeah, I think Jay will actually see him and be like, how can I say it's pretty like
He's a clearance beast.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? AFL amusement. Looking forward to water polo season. This AFL thing just don't.
I'm a beach volleyball kind of guy. So when footy's not going my way, it's mixed beach volleyball.
Sorry,
that was my favorite thing at the Olympics a few years back. Daniel Catronis, why does it feel like our skills are the worst in the comp?
Because they are, mate.
Probably because they are. We've got no organisation about us. The Laughing Man.
You know what they need to do? I actually agreed with what Peter Sumich said in the article. Give 1,000 ground balls to some of the Fremantle players because they cannot pick up a ball properly and fumble. They fumble way too much. They need to get a player to throw a ball at them on the ground and pick it up cleanly 1,000 times, and then they can't go home until they've done that. They won't be able to go home and have food. They'll be there till 10 o'clock at night.
Some of them would miss the game. They'd be there that long. Like.
So they wouldn't be there. They'd spend their whole lives there.
Yeah.
The Laughing Man _92. Anyone checked on how much influence Bob Murphy has had on the team since he joined last year?
Well, the recent podcasts seem to think it's a negative influence.
Do you think
Chief...
Do you think he's just come over here just to get the paycheck?
I mean, the Chief says he's too nice of a guy, Bob Murphy. We don't have enough mongrel in us, and
Where's
Bob Murphy's
Fremantle?
Yeah, where's the blue collar Fremantle?
I want that 2013 Ross Lyon.
Yeah.
I love how
we need
that mic'd up
back.
Ross Lyon training session. The way he was brutally honest with Brad Hill and his movements, and he was like, "That's not up to standard." Like he was pretty down on Brad Hill, but he was also very like nurturing and saying, "This is what you do to get better." And he brings out the best in players. That's why Ross Lyon is one of the best. He can bring out the best, and he won't be afraid to say it to you. That's why he was one of the best.
True.
Obviously, he didn't get the premiership though.
Rig big boat. Will Pierce still be captain next year, or is it time for Brayshaw or Sarong?
I think after this year, there'll be a consensus. It depends on how the year goes. If we can manage to get our way back up the ladder and touch wood, get in the 8, I think he'll be safe.
I think the eight's out of it.
Really? I know. I think touch wood still.
We just need to look good for the rest of the year.
If we look good for the rest of the year and blame it on something else, I think Pierce may save his job.
Yeah.
But if not, and it's like a horror one, I
think
it's
a player's vote.
I think
whatever they think.
If the players agree that Pierce wasn't up to standard, and if he does, it's up to the players. But I personally think Brayshaw and Sarong will be in as captain. I think they should actually co-captain together, in my opinion. First two ever co-captains for Freo.
I think no captain. Maybe the first ever AFL team without a captain could be a good idea.
Just play footy, please, for God's
Just
sake.
kick the ball between the posts.
Exactly.
Yep. Last question. Hit me.
T-Suck.
T-Suck.
T-Suck 88. Why are Freo so shit? We didn't have to tell us.
Oh, there's so many reasons, mate, but nothing that we're going to touch on this podcast, mate. Is that our potty done for today?
It sure is indeed.
It's been good. I'm tired, man. We just did The Athlete's Mind. If you haven't listened to that, that was out the day before this one. So
I actually said The Athlete's Foot if you didn't catch it.
Athlete's Foot?
Did you catch?
Did you say that?
Yeah.
My God. I did not catch that.
Anthony Belliward, very talented. Go look at
listen
his body.
to If you
Upcoming.
enjoyed this podcast or yesterday's podcast or any of the things we've done, follow us, rate us, subscribe, everything.
Get on the socials, Instagram,
Get around it.
TikTok, whatever you want. Just go give us some love because we love a bit of love, don't we?
Yeah, I love giving love, love getting love.
See you later.
Yeah, see ya. Thank you for listening to the Flagmantle podcast. It's been an honor hosting, hasn't it, Rielke?
It surely has been, mate.
Can you
It's been
please, we are begging you 5 stars on Spotify. It means the world to
I'm
us.
on
It
my
lets
knees.
us
I'm on my
get
knees.
off your knees, mate.
Yes, I'm on my knees,
But
guys. Please.
It helps us push it out to as many people as we can. Thank you for listening. Follow us on Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, anything else, Rielke,
Just
Twitter,
anything
YouTube.
social media, honestly.
Anything social media, we have it. So please follow us on there. 5 stars.
Except
don't
for
forget.
OnlyFans.
We're also on Apple
OnlyFans.
Podcasts, so if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts, follow us through there. Google Podcasts, the same. And thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
Peace.